Hi, I'm Dr. Deepali Tapse. I'm a consultant diabetologist from Dicon Hospital, Bangalore. Today, we have with us a very well-known and esteemed doctor speaker for today. Is Dr. Neeta Deshpande, ma'am. Ma'am, welcome to TDM
Thank
2026.
you.
So, Madam is a diabetologist. She's a bariatric physician, Belgaum Diabetes Center, Weight Watch Obesity Center, Children's Diabetes Center, Belgaum. She's a medical director, Centra Care Super Speciality Hospital, MRC. She's a professor and head Department of Medicine, Dental College, Belgaum. Associate Professor of Medicine, USM, KLE International Medical Center. Ma'am, today's talk was a wonderful talk. So you actually gave us a very good, valuable insights on your talk. So your talk was basically on the skeletal muscle preservation, myths and facts. So I have a few questions for you, ma'am, for the media audience. So which interventions actually preserve muscle in diabetes?
Yeah. So basically, muscle preservation would be the same whether a person has diabetes or not. However, it is harder to preserve muscle if you have diabetes, and the modalities are the same. So the number one, number two, and number three is exercise. So aerobic exercise, of course, is important, but what is more important and what is most neglected is strength training, resistance training, what we call. Most people think that it's a myth that after a particular age you cannot do resistance training, but I would assure you that it is all the more important to start resistance training at whatever age, at whatever level you can manage. So that is number one. Number two is the protein intake. India being largely predominantly vegetarian, there is a deficiency of protein. So I'm not talking here about high protein diet. I'm talking about an adequate protein diet. So 0.8 to 1 gram per kg body weight is what we are looking at. And that is something that everyone should strive for by any means. One could eat vegetarian or non-vegetarian or use supplements but use the protein. So these are the two things, that is protein intake and exercise, that are absolutely non-negotiable in terms of skeletal muscle preservations with or without diabetes.
Thank you, ma'am. So, and how critical is this muscle quality versus quantity, ma'am?
Right. So when we are talking about muscle quantity, we are also talking about fat which is residing within the muscles. So when we talk about muscle quantity, we are talking about both. Of course, most of it is muscle, but there is going to be some amount of fat also. So when someone is on a weight loss diet, either with just a diet or with GLP-1 receptor agonist, whatever it may be, when weight loss happens, there is inevitably some muscle loss. However, how much importance is to be given to the muscle loss depends upon what has happened to the muscle strength. There are ways and means by which we can actually measure muscle strength, both upper body and lower body. And we need to know what the baseline strength is like and what the strength is like after losing weight. If after losing weight, some amount of muscle is lost, but the muscle strength has actually increased, then it is a beneficial one. That means that much amount of muscle loss is acceptable because we're probably looking at the fat that has gone out from the muscle. And therefore, we have to balance between muscle quantity and quality. So, quality is not looked at by many people, and that is also very, very important. So, muscle strength must be assessed also.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable expertise. So before concluding, so I just want to ask you, what is your opinion on the Street PM 2026, ma'am?
I think it's a fantastic conference, extremely focused, absolutely academic, and the topics and the agenda, the scientific agenda, is absolutely mind blowing.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a privilege having you here. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you.